Gunman Boxing, the baddest boxing channel in the UK. Boxing is back. Happy Easter, my people. We have got an absolute chocolate-y treat coming up. Tonight, we have got Ben Whittaker against Liam Cameron, a light heavyweight UK domestic dust-up. That is going to be one of the most exciting fights of 2025. So many questions that need to be answered. We've got Ben Whittaker, 8 wins, 5 KOs and 1 draw. And he goes up against Liam Cameron, 23 wins, 6 losses and 1 draw. The first fight ended in a draw after Whittaker fell out of the ring with Cameron and was unable to continue as he was injured. There's been much speculation as to whether he was injured or whether he choked and quit that bout. Is Liam Cameron Ben Whittaker's kryptonite? That brother is into the phone box like he's Clark Kent, and in that fight he was coming out like Superman. Whittaker looked tired in there at times. It was the first time we've seen Ben Whittaker in a fight having to pull out a second wind. In the Olympics, he's never had that. As a professional, he's never had that. Did he choke? Did he quit? Is he Ben Whittaker? There's just so much to answer. But I personally think Ben Whittaker turns up this time. I fancy him to win by unanimous points decision. Skills pay the bills. And I expect this brother to be jabbing up Liam Cameron, rolling back his eyes like a Vegas slot machine with timing and precision of a Rolex watch. I expect the Rolls Royce to come out in Whittaker this time. If he's going to go anywhere in this boxing game, with all due respect, he needs to be brucking up man like Liam Cameron. I'm going unanimous points decision. Let us know what you think. Like, comment, and share this video, and let's have your opinions. But don't get this twisted. Cameron is a dangerous brother. You know, he's not going to go away. He's going to be like an unpaid bill. You know, this brother's got nothing to lose. You know, he's going to be like HMRC. He's going to be chasing him down. You know what I mean? It's going to be, a hard night's work for Ben Whittaker. He's going to get hit. He's going to get closed down. I absolutely expect, Cameron to be seeking and destroying and cutting off the ring. He has to make sure that Whittaker does not run away from him and get away from him. He needs to make sure that the dish does not run away from the spoon. And I actually think he needs a knockout to win this fight. I think he has to put Whittaker to bed this time. He has to put him to sleep like a bedtime story. Whittaker's the British boxing superstar. It's his platform. It's his hometown, So Cameron is going to need to, pull out the night nurse, in my opinion. He's going to have to put him to sleep like it is bath time is over. More shots than a Magaluf stag do. He needs to be aggressive, plenty of volume, work rate. And these are all these traits of his fighting. That's what he does. That's what he can do. More of the same for Cameron, I think. And he even said that in the interviews, I'm going to be bang the same. He's going to be hunting him down. He's going to be hunting this brother down like Tom chases Jerry. He's going to be all over him like a tattoo. He needs to be all over him like a tattoo. He needs to give Big Ben no time. No time for Big Ben. You can't have him chiming and purring away in the middle rounds. And the thing is with this brother, once he gets in his flow and once he gets in his rhythm, he can marinate you in those middle rounds, with jerk seasoning type of marination. You got to stop him. He needs to stop him from getting into his flow. He needs to stop him getting into his rhythm. He needs to make sure that he's all business, that he's not showboating and relaxed and having fun in there. And I think if Cameron does that, Whittaker could be in for a long night in the later rounds. And, there's been much debate about the rounds. Obviously, Cameron was pushing for 12-round fight, and we know why, because his camp clearly feel that Whittaker's gas tank isn't all there. They clearly feel that, a plumber may need to be called in the later rounds because this brother has ran out of gas. So Cameron camp wanted 12 rounds. Whittaker camp wanted 10 rounds. It's Whittaker's show, though, brother. So you do 10 rounds. You know what I mean? One of them ones. You do 10 rounds. So he got a bit of extra papers. We led to believe Cameron got a bit of extra papers. It is now confirmed. It is a 10-round fight. Ben Shalom has confirmed yesterday. And I think that slightly suits Whittaker. But, you know, those extra 2 championship rounds, if Cameron's coming at you full steam, it's not what you need. It really is not what you need at all. So, yeah, let us know your thoughts. I am going Ben Whittaker, unanimous decision. I think he turns up this time. I think he brings the X factor. I think he's going to come this time. I expect him to pepper Cameron like a Caesar salad, you know, one of them ones. All the sprinkling, you know, salt and pepper. You know, I expect him to come different this time. And maybe he was a bit overconfident last time. Maybe we expect him to walk through these guys. But one thing we do know about Whittaker, he doesn't have that one punch bang. You know, he's not going to knock a brother out with one shot, you know, and have you stretched out like a limousine. He's going to peck you to death, you know. He's going to peck you to death. That's the only way he wins. He doesn't knock you out with one blow. That's just not how Whittaker works. But history tells us you can get to the very top. You don't have to have the one punch bang. You can get to the very top without it. We've seen the likes of Mayweather, Shakur Stevenson, Andre Ward, you know, fighters like this that can just peck away at you. Calzaghe, you know, fighters like that, they can just peck away at you with skill and precision and accuracy, you know. And as I said, there's a saying in boxing, skills pay the bills. And Ben Whittaker certainly has those skills. Anyone who's saying that Whittaker can't box, that's crazy. You know, people are saying he's not that good, blah, 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 blah. He is that good. Yes, he is that good. They don't hand out Olympic silver medals for no reason. You can't even get on Team GB if you can't fight, you know. So, you know, he is that good. He definitely is that good. People are saying, he's all hype, he won't win a world title. Of course he can. Of course he can win a world title. If you were managing him, the other champions are deep into their 30s, the likes of Bivol and Beterbiev. You just wait till those brothers clear off. You know, this guy's got time on his side, you know what I mean? And Father Time is unbeaten. So those guys will move on. And then the division opens up. And why can't he take on a Callum Smith, an Anthony Yard, a Josh Buatsi in the future? You know, he'll still be the younger fresh man. So that's nonsense talk that people are saying he's over. It's absolutely crazy. It's foolishness, you know. But going back to Cameron is, you know, this guy is going to be in his face. He knows what he needs to do. He's already said that. But, you know, we just need to know, the fight fans, let us know, can Whittaker be a top boy like Sully? Can he be a top boy like Sully? Or is he just going to be a hype train that's going to get derailed later on? Make sure you like, comment, and share which brother you think is going to be taking home the W. It's going to be a fantastic fight either way. Gunman Boxing, make sure you subscribe. The baddest boxing channel in the UK, giving all the fight fans the best insights into the fight game. Subscribe now. Banging interviews incoming. Enjoy.